The average NBA player's height is around 6'6", but there's no limit on who can play the game of basketball. At 4'5", the man known as Monty Love, Hot Shot, and much more has become even better known as the shortest member of the Harlem Globetrotters. But how did he get to the stage he's at today? Jahmani Swanson was born December 4th, 1985. He grew up in Harlem, New York, and he was meant for basketball. According to Swanson, he first touched a basketball when he was just 11 months old, and he hasn't put it down since. Swanson even slept with a basketball when he was younger. He developed his love for the game through his favorite basketball player, the great Michael Jordan. Jahmani played basketball so much, people had to tell him to stop playing. He played through the middle of the night, and his mother, Sabrina Swanson, would have to call him in at midnight when she would hear the basketball bouncing and the occasional outside item break. And this consistent hard work would later be built into Jahmani's pre-game shooting routine that we'll get to in a moment. But he also had a sibling to learn the game and grow up with in New York. When Jahmani was 8 years old, his brother Justin Tompkins was born, and they did insane routines together to improve their game. For example, they each did 100 push-ups every night before bed. Tompkins stayed connected to Swanson in the game of basketball ever since, and is the reason for bringing Swanson back to basketball later in life. But we'll get to more of that in a moment as well. Jahmani was so good at basketball, he was getting attention early on in his life. In Manhattan, New York, he went to middle school at Our Lady Queen of Angels School. Then, for high school, he attended Wadley High, making the basketball team all 4 years with varsity for 3 of those years, and his fame started to grow. It all began with one of his first nicknames. At the age of 18, Swanson received a nickname from the neighborhood due to the love everyone was giving him for his play on the court. That nickname, Monty Love. But this was just the beginning. Swanson then went to Monroe College in New York, the Bronx. And while he played basketball, he also did other things while in college. He also worked as a counselor, kids mentor, and teacher's assistant at Harlem's Children's Zone as a side job. This prepared him for the next big moment in his life, because just a couple years after completing college at Monroe, Swanson and girlfriend Tiffany welcomed their daughter, who Swanson continually shows love to via social media. Jahmani said himself, his daughter is his everything, and so is basketball. Because in 2010, the game of basketball came back to him in the form of his brother Justin. Tompkins had continued to play ball. In 2009, Justin had participated in national basketball events in Brooklyn, and after starting to play organized basketball for a team known as the New York Towers, he recruited his brother because he knew how good he was. So, Monty Love joined, and the Towers became the best team in the country in their league. According to the Village Voice and Swanson, he averaged right around 20 points, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds per game while with the Towers. It was also around this time that Swanson was using his showmanship in other ways. He was touring with the Wrestling Federation, making $200 a night as another side job. But he always loved basketball. So, then what changed? In 2011, Swanson moved to Los Angeles, California with aspirations to become an actor. And a lot happened once he moved there. It was in this year of 2011 that he first auditioned for one of the most famous basketball teams in the world. But it was first the beach that brought Swanson his initial Southern California media attention. He said he was working on a film, and on his off day, he went to Venice Beach to play some ball. Then, clips of Swanson playing went viral, and he was asked to join another team, this time based in Los Angeles, the Beach Warriors of the Venice Beach Basketball League. This Venice League gave Swanson tons of exposure because he was embarrassing opponents with his skills. He also went viral for this video from Venice Ball with a Venice Beach dunk, the camera angle making it look like a 75-inch vertical leap. And the media got crazier. The basketball media powerhouse of Ball Is Life had clips of Monty Love going all over the internet, grabbing the attention of not only other entertainment outlets like World Star Hip Hop, Yahoo, TMZ, and more, but also NBA players and celebrities. Swanson has done a shooting competition with Isaiah Thomas at Venice Beach, played one-on-one with Jamie Foxx and Terrell Owens, crossed over pedestrians in New York City, and more. But that's just the start of Swanson's fame, because in 2014, he joined another team known as the Court Kings, a team that puts on events to fundraise with other nonprofits around not only the United States, but the entire world. And the Court Kings aren't just any entertainment basketball team. They've had some of the best professional street ballers that have ever played the game, names like Hot Sauce and The Professor. and this team went on tour around the world, helping Mani Love become a global celebrity in the process and a fan favorite. He continued to go on tour with the Court Kings for a couple more years, but the biggest moment was still to come. Despite the fame Swanson had already received, he had not quite hit the mountaintop of entertainment basketball. But then came the year of 2017. The Harlem Globetrotters, a team that has been entertaining the world since 1926, has had famous players grace their uniform like Wilt Chamberlain, and only has had around 750 total players play for their team in their near 100-year history. This team had their attention on Swanson. In the words of Jahmani himself, the Globetrotters have always been watching my videos on the internet, and he actually first auditioned for the team in 2011, but in 2017, after a trial run, they officially signed Jahmani Swanson to join their world tour going into 2018. And even after making the Globetrotters, he still put in the work. Jahmani has a pre-game shooting routine where he requires himself to make 50 shots. But that wasn't all. Mani Love received another nickname that has been his Globetrotter persona, Hot Shot. But it gets even crazier, because in 2019, they signed a person he has played basketball with his entire life. Yeah, his brother Justin Tompkins. And just like Hot Shot, Tompkins got his own Globetrotter nickname, Crossover. They've been on the team together ever since Tompkins signed, and are the two shortest Harlem Globetrotters ever at 4'5" and 4'6". And they have become arguably the most entertaining sibling duo in basketball. But their fame has continued to grow, and Hot Shot remains a fan favorite. Swanson has been featured by Shaquille O'Neal in his Instagram stories, and has a massive social media following. Across all social media platforms, Swanson totals not only hundreds of thousands of followers, but hundreds of millions of views. Extremely respected around the basketball community and entertainment, Hot Shot has been seen around the likes of David Beckham, Jeremy Lin, Kyrie Irving, and much more. Hot Shot truly is a celebrity. And in 2020, he even had fans start a petition to get him in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. But Mani Love isn't just a basketball player. As we talked about earlier, he's just a full-time entertainer. And since his days as an aspiring actor that go all the way back to 2011, Swanson has appeared in multiple movies and shows, including The Internship Games. He has also been featured with some of the biggest content creators in the world. These entertainment connections, combined with his personality, personal background, and success, should bring Swanson plenty of future TV and film opportunities as well. But that's not all. Swanson continues to tell his story around the world and hang out with celebrities in the process. He's even said himself that he believes he's better than some players in the NBA. His consistent workouts and exercises have truly transformed Swanson into an extremely successful professional athlete, and his rise to success comes truly full circle. From growing up in New York to now gracing the iconic Harlem Globetrotters logo across his chest. But for Jahmani Hot Shot Swanson, he lives life just like he says. The world is a stage, and I'm here to perform.